Hi everyone, this is Samarth, and the video we do today is on a very interesting question which a lot of people have, out of which majority of them are very intelligent and very educated. The question is how to know which person, who is the real person, how to judge, how to understand the right person. This question has the foremost bullet point is you need to be a very good observer of yourself, of situations, and of people around. The question has two main sub-points. The first point, please observe how would a person respond or react to something whenever something free is offered to that person. For example, if a person is flying somewhere and let us say something free is offered to that person, let us say free chocolates, how would that person react? Let us say free liquor, and how would that person respond or react to that? Second point, you really need to observe what and which thing troubles that person. What and which thing is a weakness for that person? Which thing, what triggers an emotional turmoil into that person? That can be anger, that can be anxiety, that can be insecurities, anything. The basic reason to observe what triggers the emotional aspect or the response when something free is offered is these things indicate a lot of informal information of what the person has in her or his cognitive mind, subconscious mind, and unconscious mind. For example, if a person relates joy with chocolate, then you know what the person is. If a person connects or relates joy with liquor, you again know a certain amount of information regarding that person. In both the cases, you know what the person is in one way or the other, but the definition of liquor as well as chocolates would depend on the receiver who is observing. So the person will have a different definition of liquor and different definition of chocolate in one way or the other. As the person may change, the definition will change. But existentially speaking, if a person is relating joy with liquor and joy with chocolate, existentially speaking, both the people, both the cases will have a very narrow set of ideology, narrow way of looking at things. This means that the person has only developed 2% of the cognitive mind. The person does not have any knowledge of what the subconscious or the unconscious even exists of or know. If the person thinks that joy and chocolate has something in connection with or in connect with, that means the person is completely dependent and knows nothing about independence and knows nothing about self-sufficiency. This means that the person is basically of dependent nature. These would be the bullet points existentially speaking. This is something which I would read. I can be definitely wrong. I can be completely wrong in many cases. But as far as I am concerned, this is what existentially it would prove. That if the person feels that, being in a relationship makes the person feel secure, then basically it means that the person is completely insecure. It's completely dependent on being in a relationship. Let us say a person fights because someone said something, went and got a comment at a workplace. This means that the person has a very, very low self-esteem. This means that the person has a very, very low temperament. This means that the person is at a very, very low level of patience. This is what the existential bullet points would be. Again, it's from my end. It would differ according to the person who is observing. If you want to deep dive into this, you can buzz me in. There is no direct definition of how one can be a good observer or a reader or a person who can judge the best. The only way out, the only solution according to me is, the more existential you are, the more you will get the card right. If you want to deep dive, buzz me in. Have a beautiful day. A lot of happiness to everyone. Peace.